Degloirespace signing in. Today together we're going to have a look at one of my favorite videos that I've seen. It was viral a while ago, I can't remember how long ago, but what we have is Prince William and his wife, Princess Kate, and they're walking, down the street. You can see that there are people behind railings this way, and there are people, the ones that are filming this, they're behind the railings this way. And let's have a look to see what's going to happen. I want to just comment here. You can hear the fans. Oh my God, I love you. And then another one says, oh, thank you for coming. And they're all behind railing. So invested in this. So, you know, so into it. The prince and the princess don't even notice them. Don't even look at them. They probably don't even hear anything.
Thank you for coming.
There's security there. But now watch. Something's about to happen. Here it is. Literally, like right next to the princess. Doesn't care, doesn't look. He's, you know, he's not a fan, obviously. And let's see the crowd's reaction. They laugh. And someone else is filming him now. Weird, isn't it? All the ones that care are behind railings, behind a border, and the one who doesn't care, doing his own thing, walks right past, doesn't see anything. This is from another view, from another point of view. Look at that. Firstly, we want to see in the back, we see the princess is now looking at him. To him, all that's important is whatever he's holding. I don't know what it is, flower. I don't know. Can't make it out with the screen. He's more concerned about that than he is anything else. We see her. That's it. He's gotten her attention. He doesn't care that she exists. Doesn't care that they're there. Now he has her attention. All the people that are giving her all the attention, all the people that are there for her, don't get her attention. He does. Okay. Second look. Who is this guy? What is this? How does this happen? How does he not know who I am? What is this? That's the end of the video. What can we say? I love this video because it shows you the absurdity. The people that want to be close to the princess or the prince, they're behind a border. He who doesn't care, not there, finds himself right up next to her. In fact, it's the opposite. He gets their attention. Everyone's like, who is this? Even though it was only a moment. But I feel like this moment is very, very revealing of the way that we carry ourselves. And when we put something high on a pedestal, it becomes unreachable. And that thing that we've put up on a pedestal doesn't even care about us, doesn't even look at us. We're subordinates. I feel like there's a big lesson in this, So I'm not saying don't look up to people. I'm not saying it's wrong to have people in high and respected and loved for things that they do. I personally don't know what the prince and princess do besides just being born royalty. I'm not a big fan of that stuff, but hey, that it is what it is. It's in part of the world, and not just over in the UK. It's everywhere around the world. Some people look at it as heritage, and it has some symbolic meaning. So I'm not I'm not breaking that. You're free to sign up for whatever you want to, but I think it's important for us to look at the implications. And it's a beautiful learning moment. I think most people just looked at it and just found the joke in it, just laughed like the rest of them. And what are you laughing about? That the ridiculousness, this man, no one knows his name. He's just there on a day trip to buy whatever grocery he needed. And this is the princess who is like the highest of status. And those two collide in a moment. It's funny. It feels ridiculous that, hey, this average whatever, and she's so grand. How do they meet? It is definitely eye catching. And, I wanted to show you this ridiculousness because life is filled with these kind of ridiculous moments. And they're ridiculous because of the way that we interpret them. They're not really ridiculous. He's a man, she's a woman. There's no really such thing as high and low. We're all human at the end of the day. It's just that our social constructs, they create this, our minds, our thoughts, they create the hierarchy that this man is unimportant, yet this woman is so important. And we praise that. And in doing that, perhaps we put shackles on our minds. Once again, it's got nothing to do with the princess or such. It's just the way that we run our lives. Do we do that often to ourselves, where we put something so high up just to praise it, and then when something average happens next to it, we find it ridiculous? Like, how can this be? Reminds me of a story from the Sufi traditions, where basically there's a king, and the king is drinking. And as he's drinking, he starts to cough. He chokes. In the castle where he's at, in the palace, everybody starts running around. Oh my God, the king's choking, the king's choking. Figure out, what medication do you have? What do you have for him? And, the whole palace is now buzzing. They start getting him these liquids that soothe the throat. And a fool, a man, a beggar, is walking past, and he hears the hustle around the busyness of this palace, and he asks, what's going on in here? Why is this happening? And I said, oh, the king's choking. And he says, oh, give him water. And they look at him and they say, water? This is the king we're talking about. We're not talking about a simple person. Do you think that the king could have such simple solutions? That's the ridiculousness of it, that when we put something up, we make it grander than what it is. And we start assuming things that are beyond us. We start assuming that this is the princess. She can't be like me. She can't be like you. She's a different level. And when we do that, it can harm us a lot. Be aware, hey, she's the queen, but she inherited that. And that's purely a social construct. She inherited that. And with the inheritance, that's what made her the social construct. So the illusion is the social construct. Not that there's any difference between she and I. She wakes up in bed feeling groggy, just like we all do, or she has the same pains that you all do. And we need to understand that, put that in, when we look at celebrities, and then one day the celebrity gets exposed for something and we're all in a shock. Hey, it's just us. Degloirespace signing out.